Iron sharpens iron.
Hello, Saints. I would like to respond to a video debate produced by the group known as the Believers of the Way. While I appreciate their intention to seek the truth, it is imperative to address the inaccuracies in their teachings. Let us delve into this topic together.
Today, we're going to be proving emphatically that the weekly cycle is the true Sabbath day, right? Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. I want the record to reflect. All we have to do is show one time in the historical narrative and in the scriptural narrative that the Sabbath does not fall on a continual 8, 15, and 22nd day of the month, and the game is over.
Yeah, because they Sabbath is fixed, family. So all we got to do is show it one time, and we're going to show it more than one time for sure.
All we have to do, so I want the record to reflect, all we have to do is show one time that their Sabbath does not fall on the 8th, 15th, and 22nd, historically and scripturally, and the debate is over.
The Sabbath is observed on the 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th of each month, with the exception of 3 specific months. The first month, the month in which Pentecost occurs, and the 7th month. Those who assert that the Sabbath consistently falls on the 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th of every month are mistaken. This misconception can lead many individuals astray, as they may be misinformed from the outset.
To it. You want to say something? Go ahead.
No, I inquire y'all to be like the Church of Berea and go double back. You know, all the information we're going to bring out today, you're going to have the sources. Go read it for yourself.
While it is commendable to encourage others to adopt a Berean approach, examining all matters critically, it's unfortunate that they do not apply this principle themselves. As we delve deeper into this topic, it becomes evident that the two brothers significantly lack understanding of this topic.
It's going to be undeniable. At the end of the day, the lunar Sabbath is 100% false.
They are correct again. The lunar Sabbath is false. There is no such thing as a lunar Sabbath. Yah's Sabbath, which he uses the Hodesh as a sign for us, is not the same as a lunar Sabbath. Yah declares the end from the beginning, and when the sun and moon are in position at the time appointed, the sun's light reflects off the moon, forming the shape of the Hodesh. Hodesh in ancient Hebrew means 2 joined sharp points. We know this is true because we see it in the sky at even. 2 intersecting sharp points create a crescent shape. This symbolizes the sign that Yah provides to indicate it is time for his people to engage in 6 days of work. Once the Hodesh is sighted, the following morning marks the beginning of workday 1. There is no such thing as a lunar Sabbath. Saying that there's a lunar Sabbath implies that the moon itself has Sabbaths. However, it is important to note that only Yah has designated Sabbaths. The moon serves as a temporal marker to assist in determining the timing of Yah's Sabbaths.
Lost the battle.
And Samuel didn't do that. Samuel counted new moon because there's only 6 days between increments, even if they get 3 more days. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, beautiful. Let's bring up Samuel, right? For the sake of time, family, because I don't got too much time. Write down 1 Samuel chapter 20, all right? Y'all write that down, read it on your free time. Be like the Church of Berea, go double back and fact check what we bringing out. I'm going to give y'all a summary. David was trying to, he was hiding from Saul. Saul was trying to kill him, right? So he hid from Saul for 3 days and 3 nights, okay? So we right here. It started from the new moon, we right here, right? Now, David left, right, from hiding from Saul at the end of the chapter, 1 Samuel chapter 20, verse 42, right? So Jonathan and David was having a conversation. He told him to go in peace. And David arose and he departed, right? So he left immediately on that 3rd day. These brothers try to say that David took 3 days to walk 5 miles.
Minutes left.
3 days to walk 5 miles. Are you kidding me, man? My 2-year-old son can walk 5 miles in less than 3 days. Y'all can Google search how long it would take to walk 5 miles. David, in the prime of his life, you mean to tell me it's going to take 3 days to walk 5 miles? But look, for the sake of argument, let's give him
the extra 3 days.
Let's give him the 3 days, right? 1, 2, 3. You're still cut because it was a Sabbath right here. When David left from hiding from Saul and he went to the city of Nob, that was a Sabbath. We know it was a Sabbath because the showbread was cooked. We gave y'all the 3 additional days and you still cut. How the hell you get 8? Hassan, how you gonna get 8 from that? There's no way you can get 8 from that, bro. It's either Hassan can't count or he's just lying. You know what I'm saying?
Hello saints, 1 Samuel 21 verse 5 is a verse some people will use to debunk the Creator's true Sabbath. They believe since the new moon just occurred in chapter 20, that the 3 days mentioned in 1 Samuel 21 and verse 5 prove the new moon doesn't determine the 7-day Sabbath.
And David answered the priest and said unto him, Of a truth women have been kept from us about these 3 days since I came out, and the vessels of the young men are holy, and the bread is in a manner common, yea, though it were sanctified this day in the vessel.
When looking at this one verse, I can see why they assume this. Let's investigate more clearly before we make a conclusion on the matter. First, let's look at other Bible translations.
David answered, Women have indeed been kept from us, as is usual when I set out. And the equipment of the young men is holy, as it is even on common missions, and all the more at this time. Of course, they haven't, answered David. My men always keep themselves ritually pure even when we go out on an ordinary mission. How much more this time when we are on a special mission?
God's Word Translation. David answered the priest, Of course, women have been kept away from us as usual when we go on a mission. The young men's bodies are kept holy even on ordinary campaigns. How much more then will their bodies be holy today? International Standard Version. David answered the priest, saying to him, Indeed, women were kept from us as is usual whenever I go out on a mission, and the equipment of the young men is consecrated even when it's an ordinary journey, so how much more is their equipment consecrated today? The word come out or set out fits the verse, but it never said come out from hiding. We can't just add things or assume. As you can see, these 2 verses say something different from the King James Version. Secondly, let's look at the Bible's definition of the word 3. Strong's H8032 in the ancient Hebrew lexicon means 3, it also can mean before, or something that happened in the past. Also, notice in an early verse the Hebrew word shah-H8027 is used for 3. Ask yourself why the same word is not used like the King James did. Let's examine this verse closely. The word day is not yom, H3117, which means day. This verse uses H8543. Next, we must find out which term fits verse 5. Context is the answer. Let's start from 1 Samuel 21, verses 1 through 5.
David went to Nob, to Ahimelech the priest. Ahimelech trembled when he met him, and asked,
Why are you alone? Why is no one with you?
David answered Ahimelech the priest,
The king sent me on a mission and said to me, No one is to know anything about the mission I'm sending you on. As for my men, I have told them to meet me at a certain place. Now then, what do you have on hand? Give me 5 loaves of bread or whatever you can find.
But the priest answered David,
I don't have any ordinary bread on hand. However, there is some consecrated bread here, provided the men have kept themselves from women.
David replied,
Indeed, women have been kept from us, as usual whenever I set out. The men's bodies are holy even on missions that are not holy. How much more so today?
The context reveals that David's men would go on missions and like in the past or as usual, they would be clean from women. 3 days don't fit in this context, so the other Bibles with usual when I set out, or as previously when I left, fit the context. David was referring to past missions, and how they usually are clean when they set out. 3 days would not fit also, because in 1 Samuel 19 and 20, David was on the run, and he was on the run for more than 3 days. So did he lie to the priest when he told him about 3 days?
Iron sharpens